Thank you, Frankie. That was fantastic. And welcome to the final assembly of the term and for 2020. And to start, we will hear from your student events team.
Good afternoon, secondary. I am Chloe and this is Caroline, and we are the heads of the Student Council events team, here with a couple small messages before you guys leave for the holidays. So firstly, we'd like to really briefly discuss the Homeroom Hustle, which was introduced last Friday. And it's essentially a competition until year 13 leave in April because we haven't been able to do much due to COVID. So we thought we'd come up with a little something to try and entertain you guys as much as possible. And so we have a challenge on the last Friday of every month, including some small challenges here and there. And to clarify, because this was a bit of confusion for some people, the challenges are done in homerooms, but eventually points will be added up and you will be ranked by year group, or candidates are chosen from each year group. And so middle school is separate from high school in this competition to try and level out the playing field a little bit. And if necessary, you will be informed a few weeks before the activity, or if not, it will come as a surprise as it did last Friday. And there is a really big prize in April for the middle school and the high school winners. So we want to give you a little hint for the next challenge, which is coming up at the end of January. And so the question is, when was the last time any of you guys actually watched a game show? So let's have a look at the current podium, and this is not including the extra points from the dress-up days, which will hopefully be announced before this presentation today, since this is pre-recorded. So in first place in middle school, we have year 9 with 5 points. In second place, we have year 7 with 3 points. And in third place, we have year 8 with 2 points. For high school, in first place, we have year 12 with 5 points. In second place, we have year 13 with 3 points. Third place, year 11 with 2 points. And fourth place, year 10 with 1 point.
Okay, so now coming to the end of our segment of this assembly, we would just like to say thank you to everybody who participated in the dressing up days, as well as those who decorated the doors, as well most of you did last week. All of the doors looked amazing, and we really hope that this more participation is also going to happen in the next challenges coming. Just a reminder that the 2 points are awarded for the best dressed girl and the best dressed boy, and then 3 points are awarded for the best dressed group in total. Also, we would like to thank everybody for buying the amount of candy canes we have now. We have sold over 800 candy canes, which is a year record, as we've never had this much candy canes as before. So just thank you from the Stuco events team, and we hope to see so much more in 2021 from all of you guys, as we will be organizing way more events. Thank you for listening.
And happy holidays. See you guys soon.
Moving right along, here's a message from our after-school activities team.
Thanks for the introduction. For those of you that I haven't met, my name is Craig. I'm the head of the after-school activities and competitive sports program here at ISL. I want to talk to you a little bit about our ASA program and try and reflect on what has been a fairly difficult 4 months for us. I want to commend you on your resilience, the ability to keep going, the ability to look for what is good in a program and what is good about being in a sports team or being with a group of people that are like-minded in recreational activities. I want to also commend you on your perseverance, sticking with it, sticking with your teammates, sticking with the different activities that are also organised here at ISL. And hope. We have hope. This isn't going to be something that lasts forever, and our hope is that in March we can be back on the sports field, we can be playing tournaments, we can be adapting the different ASAs so everyone has those opportunities to be involved like you were in the past. A special mention has to go to the group that put on Fire Songs. You did an amazing job with all persevering through from January all the way through until the performance in October. It was fantastic to see it all come to light. The High is another really popular ASA that we have here at ISL, and they've done an amazing job to get their information to print more recently. I want to also make a special mention and thanks to my team, Daniel, Ingrid and Philippe. You've done an amazing job this year putting everything together. So from the ASA department at ISL, I wish you a very Merry Christmas, have a lovely holiday, and stay safe.
Some more music now. I am very excited to introduce Pavlos. Take it away.
Thank you, Pavlos. That was beautifully played.
What a year 2020 has been. It seems like a lifetime ago that we had to close our doors and go online. But what a pleasure it was to welcome you back in August, both returning and new students alike, even if it meant having to wear a mask. Since the beginning of the year, you have not allowed COVID to stop you contributing in a multitude of ways. For example, the Fire Songs production was a great reminder of the stage productions we love so much. While the afternoon activities provided middle school with opportunities to collaborate with one another in a more relaxed atmosphere.
In the high school, things might look different this year, but it's certainly no less busy. The high school student newspaper is still doing excellent investigative and thoughtful work. Sharmila's last article on our school's values gave me some food for thought in terms of how we use these values as a carrot to encourage positive contribution, rather than as a stick to point out the negatives. We promise this assembly will focus on the wonderful and positive ways that students are contributing in our school, our community, and beyond.
Along with the high, a crucial expression of your voice comes through the Student Parliament, which is developing a much more autonomous role this year. The team, led ably by the 4 co-presidents, is working hard to improve student life. And we look forward to some great news in the new year about the careers and future plans events they are coordinating with the marketing team. Equally, we would like to recognize the immense creativity and effort put in by the events team, who we heard from earlier. Their energy and dynamism have certainly helped us through the last few weeks.
As we draw near to the end of 2020 and think about where we've come from and where we are now, we're reminded that while 2020 may not be the year to get everything we want, it is a year to appreciate everything we have. Indeed, it's easy to focus on the trips we couldn't take, the events that didn't happen, or the people that we couldn't see. But we know that the key characteristics of happy and well people is that they find gratitude regardless of the hardships and difficult situations they find themselves in. As the high school remembers from our November assembly, this is also a key part in developing resiliency. As for me, a highlight of my week this week has been reading the many things students are thankful for. And I'm convinced that after the year we've had, you all have the aptitude and resilience to find the silver linings, something that will serve you all well throughout your life. A few of your gratitudes were so lovely, funny, or heartwarming that we simply had to share. First of all, I'm thankful for snow, at last. And I know many of us are looking forward to being in the mountains over the coming weeks. And friends, of course, because they make everything so much more enjoyable.
And here we can see a couple more, including one of my favorites, Smarties. And I absolutely agree, because who doesn't like having intelligent people around them?
And one for me that I found particularly touching and being able to find a positive amongst all the COVID gloom was my dad being more at home because of the pandemic. Certainly, it's a special time for families to be together.
It's been a pleasure to see so many expressions of gratitude. For me, I have been continuously amazed at how you have adapted to new situations and regulations. Almost without complaint, you have been willing to see the bigger picture of keeping ourselves safe as well as those around us. And for this, I and the other teachers are thankful to you.
I'm of course thankful to be part of a school that is so giving and conscientious of the world around us. Each time I'm asked by a staff member or a student how I am, and each time someone shares a part of their story, I'm grateful for being part and feeling part of this community. Because as we know, our community quickly becomes our family away from family. The giving nature of many members of our community gives me so much hope for the future as well. With this in mind, we would like to take a few moments to highlight some of the great service projects going on in our school at the moment.
Since the start of the year, I've watched a large group of students slave away in the garden. Come rain or shine, blisters, bruises, mud, or snow. I'm still not sure how Mr. Aldersey and his willing colleagues drum up so much support. But bit by bit, the pond, the vegetable bins, and the sitting area are taking place. Thank you to all that have contributed.
Last year, a number of Year 11 students visited a school outside Siem Reap in Cambodia to teach English lessons and provide basic school materials. Now in Year 12, these same students were struck by the urgent needs of this area as the main industry, tourism, was decimated by COVID, and floods wiped out the year's harvest. Showing true care and concern for a community on the brink of starvation, these students have worked tirelessly this week to fundraise money for a community much in need.
Like the Student Parliament, the Culture and Community Club has become almost entirely student-led. The uptake has been as large as for any year I can remember, and Nicole Van Wiesel and her high school partners have collaborated wonderfully with the middle school, as we can see here from the presentations earlier this week.
Also, although we will hear more in the new year from the talented student staff at ISL TV, we also wanted to share photographs of Runa and Jules giving their time to work with students with exceptional needs through animal therapy and their love of horseback riding.
And finally, braving the elements in the cold and rain early in the morning this week have been a dedicated group of students collecting items for the organization Carton de Coeur. I know Mrs. Harrison and Mr. Lee are proud of what has been achieved, and shows how a few simple products can make such a difference. These are but a few examples of students giving their time and energy, and we know that there are many, many more. Our final thanks are extended to your teachers. They are a very special group of individuals, and please make time to say thank you to them before you leave today. So it just leaves us to say, have a great holiday. If you are leaving ISL, then we wish you all the best for your next step. And please understand that you will always be welcome here. And to everyone, be kind to one another. Be safe, enjoying some time with friends and family. And we'll see you in 2021.
And here to play us out with some music to get us in the mood is the concert band.
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your heart be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Make the Yuletide gay. From now on, our troubles will be miles away. Here we are as in olden days, happy golden days of yore. Faithful friends who were dear to us, gather near to us once more. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now. Through the years we all will be together, if the fates allow. Hang a shining star upon the highest bough, and have yourself a merry little Christmas now.
Thanks, everyone, and have a
Happy holidays!